So students, today in this lecture of chemical thermodynamics, we are going to discuss Hess's law of heat of formation. This is very important lecture. From this lecture, you can get many questions for your competitive exams like your JEE, like your NEET, like your AIMS exam, like your JIPMER exam. And this lecture is very important for board exams as well. This is a favorite question for board examiners. Now this is lecture number 10 of chemical thermodynamics. तो हेसिस लॉ हमें क्या बताती है? What's Hess's law? Hess's law states that heat of reaction or enthalpy of reaction is same. Heat of reaction is same whether the reaction takes place in one step or in more than one steps. Now what does this mean? Heat of reaction or enthalpy of reaction is same whether the reaction takes place in one step or in more than one steps. This is statement of Hess's law of heat of reactions. Now what does this statement mean? It means that if we have a reaction, for example A, it gives product B. The formation of the product B, there will be certain amount of enthalpy released, that is delta H of formation of B. Delta H of formation of B in this step will be same whether you carry this reaction, whether you form B only in one step or in more than one steps. Now in more than one steps, I mean that first from A I will form C, then from C I am going to form D, and from D I will form B. Now I got same product B but in multiple steps. Now in this step I have formed first C from A. Some amount of heat will be released over here. Let that is delta H1, change in enthalpy of the system when we go from A to C. Let I represent it by delta H1. And from C to D there will be certain amount of energy change. Let that is delta H2. And in this case let that is delta H3. Then what does Hess's law state? Heat of reaction is same. In this case we are forming B. Delta H of formation of B, it will be same whether you go in a one step, whether you carry out the reaction in one step or in more than one steps. Means delta HF of formation, it will be equal to delta H1 plus delta H2 plus delta H3. Delta H1 plus delta H2 plus delta H3. This is Hess's law of heat of reaction. Let's explain this law taking examples. With the help of examples, we will explain this law. Now let us take example of formation of carbon dioxide first. Now what does Hess's law state? If you carry out a reaction in one step or in more than one steps, heat of formation will be same whether you carry out the reaction in one step or in more than one steps. Now for example, explanation of this law. For example, we are preparing carbon dioxide. Carbon plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide. Let heat of formation delta H F of formation of carbon dioxide is minus X kilojoules per mole. Now we can prepare carbon dioxide in another way. First we can form carbon plus we treat it with half of oxygen, we can get carbon monoxide. Let the heat of formation of carbon monoxide, delta H of carbon monoxide, it's minus Y kilojoules per mole. From this carbon monoxide we can treat it with oxygen molecule, half of oxygen to give carbon dioxide. Means in this case we have formed carbon dioxide in single step. In this case we have formed carbon dioxide in two steps. Means I have done the reaction like this. This is carbon plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide. Now from this carbon I have first formed carbon monoxide by treating with half of oxygen, and then from this carbon monoxide I have formed carbon dioxide by treating with half of oxygen. Now for this reaction my delta HF heat of formation is minus X kilojoules per mole. Now for this reaction from carbon to carbon monoxide, my heat of formation delta HF is equal to minus Y kilojoules per mole. Now according to Hess's law, whether the reaction takes place in one step or in more than one steps, heat of formation is same. Whether you prepare carbon dioxide by this way or by these steps, heat of formation will be same. That means Hess's law will state that let this is delta HF1, this is delta HF2. Then according to Hess's law, what will happen? What we are going to get? Delta HF will be equal to delta HF1 plus delta HF2. Now what is our delta HF1? It is given. What is our delta HF? It is also given. This is minus X. What is delta HF1? It is minus Y. What is delta HF2? We have to determine it. That means we are going to determine this delta HF of formation of carbon dioxide from carbon monoxide by these steps. Now take this Y to this side, we get Y minus X is equal to delta HF2. This will be our answer. Now approaching this problem in other way, we can approach this problem in another way. Another way means we have to form carbon plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide. Can we form carbon dioxide from these two steps by adding or by subtracting or by doing anything? But this is equation first and this is equation second. Now see, if we add these two equations, what happens? Whenever you are adding or subtracting equations in thermodynamics or in chemistry, in opposite directions, if there are same species, they get cancelled out. Therefore, this carbon monoxide and this carbon monoxide gets cancelled out. Therefore, what here remains on the reactant side? Carbon plus half oxygen plus half oxygen. Half plus half is equal to 1. That's O2. Give us, we get for here carbon dioxide. Means I have added equation first and second. This has been obtained by adding first and second. I have added first and second. Now I have added this equation and this equation. I have got this equation delta HF. That means delta HF has been obtained. First equation, this is first equation for it. It is delta HF. It has been obtained from equation first delta HF1 plus equation second delta HF2. Now delta HF of first equation is minus X kilojoules per mole. Delta HF1 is given minus Y kilojoules per mole plus delta HF2. Now you can determine delta H of 2 equation second. How you can determine? Take this Y on this side, Y minus X kilojoules per mole. This is the answer. Now let us solve one numerical problem and you will solve other problems. You will practice other problems on your own. If you are not able to solve any problem, comment me in the comment box section. I will solve that problem for you people. Now the problem is given over here. This is very important question. Find delta HF of ethanol. We have to find delta HF, heat of formation of ethanol. Heat of formation of ethanol. We have to find it. Now what do we mean by this delta HF of ethanol? This is heat of formation. I have already uploaded a lecture on heat of formation. Heat of formation means you have to prepare 1 mole of ethanol. 1 mole. From its own elements, from carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. You have to react carbon with hydrogen and oxygen. Now how many carbon atoms? 2, therefore this is twice. How many hydrogen atoms? 5 plus 1, 6, therefore it is thrice. How many oxygen atom? 1, therefore it is half. This is formation of ethanol. For this reaction you have to determine delta HF. There are certain things which are given to you. You are given what is given to you? Delta HF of water. Delta HF of water, it is given minus 250 kilojoules per mole. You are given delta HF of carbon dioxide. It is given minus 400 kilojoules. You are given delta H combustion. It is given of ethanol. Delta H combustion of ethanol. It is given minus 100 kilojoules. Now see, first we have to make these equations. This is delta H of formation of water. Unless and until you study delta H of formation, heat of formation, you can't approach this problem. So I suggest you study first my lecture heat of formation. Now delta H of formation of water means I have to prepare water. How many moles? 1, because heat of formation में हम क्या कितने moles बनाते हैं? 1 mole. Heat of formation of water कहाँ से बनेगा? From its own elements, hydrogen plus oxygen. Now यहाँ we can't write 2O2 because we have to form only 1 mole. For this heat of formation, delta H is given by how much? Delta H of formation of water, it is given minus 250 kilojoules per mole. Let that, this is equation first. Now number second, heat of formation of carbon dioxide. We have to form carbon dioxide. 1 mole, that's the heat of formation of 1 mole of carbon dioxide from its own elements, that's from carbon and oxygen. For this, delta H of formation is given. How much it is given? Minus 400 kilojoules per mole. This is equation second. Now number third is heat of combustion of ethanol. What do you mean by heat of combustion? I have already uploaded a lecture on this. Heat of combustion is when 1 mole of substance completely burns. 1 mole of ethanol, C2H5OH. It's 1 mole. This is 1 mole. Completely burns in oxygen. What does it give? What does ethanol give when it burns in oxygen? It will give carbon dioxide and water. Now this is heat of combustion. It is given delta H of combustion. Delta H for this reaction is given how much? Minus 100 kilojoules. This is equation 2. Now see, balance this equation. We have 2 carbon atoms. This is 2. We have 5 and 1 6 hydrogen atoms. This is 3 times. Now how many oxygen atoms? 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 7. This is 7 by 2. Now see, how can you get equation first from these 3 equations? This is the crux of this question. How can you get equation first from these 3 equations? Now see, in our equation first, we have hydrogen on the right side, that's right. We have hydrogen on the left side, that's right. We have carbon on the right side, that's right. We have oxygen on the left side, that's right. But our ethanol is on the right side. In this equation, it is on the left side. Now there's a trick. If you want to bring ethanol to this side, what will you do? You will reverse this equation. On reversing the equation, magnitude of delta H changes. Now reverse this equation. I can write this equation in backward direction. Then only thing I have to change this minus sign into plus. Had it been plus, then it has to be changed into minus. Now reverse this equation. Twice carbon dioxide plus 3 times water gives ethanol C2H5OH. It becomes formation plus 7 by 2 oxygen. Now for this delta H of formation, now it becomes heat of formation is equal to plus 100 kilojoules per mole. This is equation third. Now I'll rub this equation out. You might have noted it. Now see, how can we get from equation first, equation second, equation third, this equation? See, we have 2 carbon atoms over here. We have only 1 carbon atom over here. Multiply this equation by 2 so that we can get 2 carbon atoms. On multiplying this equation by 2, you get 2 times carbon dioxide. Here we have also 2 times carbon dioxide. Now what about oxygen atoms? We have 2 oxygen atom plus half oxygen atom. Hydrogens we have 3 over here. We can multiply this equation by 3. Now multiplying this equation by 3, we get 3 times hydrogen. Multiplying this equation by 3, I'll write it again. This equation by 3. I have multiplied this equation by 3, this equation by 2, and nothing has done to this equation. Now what I have done, I have multiplied this equation by 3, that means 3 times hydrogen, and 3 by 2 times oxygen, 3 times water. Similarly, I have multiplied this equation by 2, that means 2 times carbon, 2 times oxygen, 2 times carbon dioxide. Now see what happens. I will add these equations, equation first, equation second, and equation third. Can I get this equation? Let me see. Let us adding first, second, and third. In the books, you will see adding first and second, then subtracting third. But what I have done, I have already interchanged this. Do interchange the equation if you have to form the product on the right side or the left side. Interchange it, then only add. Now see what happens. Adding this equation, we have 3 times hydrogen, left hand side and right hand side. Now first see which things get cancelled. Now on the left hand side we have carbon dioxide, on the right hand side we have carbon dioxide. These are 2, this is multiplied by 2, these are 2. Now on the right hand side we have 3 times water, we have 3 times water, cancel it out. Now what remains there? 3 times hydrogen plus 3 half times oxygen and oxygen. This is 3 half times oxygen plus we have 2 times oxygen, 2 ones are 2, 2 times oxygen. Now add these, 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 7, it is 7 by 2 times 7 by 2 times, why is 7 by 2? This is 7 by 2 times oxygen. Therefore this and this will get cancelled out. Now what remains over here? We have here 3 times hydrogen, 2 times carbon, 2 times carbon plus oxygen, half of oxygen. Now what we are going to get? We get ethanol, C2H5OH. Now what I have done? I have only added equation first, equation second and equation third. Now add this and add this. Since delta H is an extensive property, therefore it depends upon the number of moles of the substance. Therefore I have to multiply the value by what value I am multiplying over here. Therefore delta H1, delta H2, delta H3, first, second and third. Delta H1 will be 3 into 250, 3 into minus 250 plus 2 into minus 400, 2 into minus 400 plus I have added this equation. This equation is only 1 times plus 100. This will give me delta H of formation of ethanol. Delta H of formation of ethanol. Now 3 into 250, 750 minus 2 into 400, 800 plus 100. This is 700, 700 go 1400, 1450. Then the answer comes out to be 1450 kilojoules per mole. Now this is how you approach the problem as based upon Hess's law. This is all about today's lecture. Now in the next lecture we will start entropy of the system and second law of thermodynamics. From entropy we will solve problems, and in the coming lessons we will do certain, I will show you certain tricks how to remember thermodynamic equations. This is all about today's lecture. Thanks for watching. If you like my lectures, then please do subscribe my channel and like it and press bell icon for further future notifications. Thanks.